Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First set, first leg. It's Kirsty to throw first. Game on.
Sets made out of best of 5, and the match is best of 3 with an interval at the end of the first set.
140.
Great start from Kirsty.
I love what Scott was saying at the top of the match there, John, about Linda Itherall. Great inspiration for Kirsty. Former world
60.
master from her part of the world. Great player.
Her dad, Gary, took her along to take part
100.
in the Durham County youth setup at age 14 or 15. And he tells me that she just had an aptitude for it. She was enthused from words go. Incidentally, Gary
45.
runs the local league where he plays, which is actually at Barnard Castle. Remember, somebody rather well known went up there. He says it was the best boost
60.
for tourism that Barnard Castle's ever had.
I believe they've got a pretty good optician.
I see what you mean.
140.
I have to ask Kirsty because she's got glasses too. I can hear a few giggles around the country right now.
100.
And maybe a few sneers. Well, Kirsty has been improving year on year for the last 4 or 5 years. When you've got the likes of Trina Gulliver sending you text messages, well,
28.
if that doesn't inspire,
Kirsty,
I
you
don't know what
require
will.
101.
That's Jules Van Dongen's mum and dad you saw there. Hawkeye, Robin Hood.
69.
That's okay from Kirsty. She missed a single one for tops, but fixed it pretty well. She'll come back to take this first leg on double 16, she hopes.
81.
Georgia's feeling this
Kirsty,
one
you
out.
require 32.
Double 16 it is.
Double 8.
24.
So Joe gets
Joe,
a
you
chance of a
require
big check out.
147.
147 needed.
She missed a 160 in her first game on tops. Doesn't really scare this one.
21.
That is the highest check
Kirsty, you
out in these
require
championships
8.
by a woman, 160, isn't it, I think?
It is.
It was now. This is going to annoy me.
I'm not going to tell you either.
I've got a mental block.
4.
It'll come to me. It'll come
Joe,
to
you
me.
require 126.
It's really torturing you, isn't it?
Belgian.
Bull. Almost a
87.
126 for Joe Clements. We'll come back to it. I'm going to
Kirsty,
give you a few
require
extra
4.
seconds, John. Hutchinson for double 2. Very close. That one's in.
Game shot on the first
leg to her.
Kirsty
away.
Hutchinson.
I tell you why
Second
this
leg,
is
it's
annoying
Jones
me,
to throw
because I was
first.
sitting in
Game
this
on.
very seat commentating on it when she did it.
I'll give you a clue.
Oh, go on then.
Danish.
60.
Danish.
I'm not talking about the pastry.
100.
I'll give you a few more seconds.
Thank you.
And I talked to Joe Clements a couple of days ago, and she remarked to me about me saying about her hair being a little bit red and short.
60.
It was like Lisa Ashton. And she said to me somewhat confidently, I had my hair like this before Lisa. And I said, I do apologise, Joe.
Oh, there you are,
41.
you see.
There's Anka. Played this afternoon. Unfortunately, she was eliminated. Hanging out with Dita, who we will see tomorrow.
I think I might have it. Is it the
81.
double-barreled Christian name?
You're getting closer.
Her name is it
100.
Anne Marie or Anne Peters?
You got 2 of them.
It's not the Marie, is it? It's Anne. Oh dear. There's people sitting at home thinking, for goodness sake, man, you're supposed to know
40.
your darts. Go on, put me out of my misery.
Well, we've seen Lee Shewan up there. He's going to hope that he's hitting 160 checkouts tonight. And Louise Peters.
Anne Louise.
78.
I almost got there, not quite.
You know what, John? That checkout of 160 from the Dane is one of my favourites from this stage. Her reaction when she hit that, it was brill.
85.
I don't think she's playing much now, is she?
That's a shame because she was a very good player.
Oh, this is good.
Great.
This is great. Really is.
130.
Brilliant setup.
So far in this match, she's owning it, scoring much more consistently than her opponent, who actually did beat her in their one previous meeting that we have a record of in the Irish
Kirsty
Open
require
last
52.
year.
So this is for 2-0. Tops required.
32.
Just low. Just low.
Joe, you require 98.
Is there a double 19 in the future of Clements? Let's find out.
79.
Double 10.
Kirsty require 20.
Never played up on this stage before. Double 7.
Still got one left.
13.
Can't use it well. There you see that somewhat
Joe, you
feisty
require
nature
19.
of Hutchinson. As Clements is very fortunate to get a shot at double 1.
No score.
Got a real
Kirsty
Durham
requires
accent.
7.
As Kirsty, as well, if she wins, you'll be hearing it a little bit later on. That's a
Game
good
shot on the
dart.
second
2-0.
leg. Kirsty Hutchinson.
Bellows her glee at
Third
that
leg,
one.
it's Kirsty
Yes.
to throw first. Game
There you
on.
have it. Knows where the camera is. And when she took those darts out the board, she didn't retrieve them. She grasped them with almost anger.
43.
Best of 3 sets this one. Short format.
They're a Newcastle United family, are the Hutchinsons.
Oh, I should get on with them then.
100.
We're going to talk about what happened with Spurs at the weekend.
Oh, don't be. If you talk to her dad about that, for goodness sake, keep the conversation short on that one. He was still smarting.
And one of the reasons why we've got you and Chris Murphy
55.
separated, because you're opposite sides of Sheffield.
Yes, there is that. You know what we refer to Wednesday fans as, don't you?
60.
I'm not going to say.
Well, no, it's done in sort of a jovial sort of manner. We call each other the pigs.
I've been known to call Sunderland fans something different.
100.
But I don't go down that tribal route with football. And I don't like it in darts either. I think we need to go up there and show aggression and will to win, but at the end of it...
I promise you it's said in mischief. It's not said
44.
with malice.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Well, this is Hutchinson with the darts, trying to close in on the first set. Only needs this leg.
60.
And she's halfway there.
One thing I will say, John, to this point, is that
That's a mum.
Ah, good spot. She's looked really comfortable up there on debut. She looks like she belongs there.
137.
This is a really good performance from the point of view that she's gone up there and she looks ready to perform. She doesn't look like she's, you know, blinking in the headlights. Shine lights in her eye, and she wants to get up there and do
140.
more, and there's more proof of it.
Joe, you require 160.
Practicing with her boyfriend, Dave Parletti, in the build-up to this one, and he had a terrific win earlier in the competition. He's still in there in the men's knockout.
42.
That's surely motivational as
Kirsty,
well.
you require 103.
103 required. Well, she needed treble 20 for double 19, so Joe Clements,
28.
chance to get the leg she has to take to stay in this opening set.
In the previous match, we saw John Desremo go for
Joe, you require
2 treble 17s
180.
and double 80. No such looking downstairs from Joe, who's not playing well in this game so far. Really has to discover
38.
something over the next
Kirsty, you require
possibly 10
75.
minutes, because the set could be over here.
Double 12. Double 6. This is for the set.
69.
Joe Clements breathes again.
Joe, you require 80.
3 good words. Set not over. Is the leg over?
60.
This leg is not
Kirsty, you
finished.
require 6.
Double 10. A double 3, rather.
3.
Frustration disappointment.
Joe, you require
And
20.
Joe, well, if she takes this, it would be a bit of a steal.
Double 4.
12.
Not to be.
Nearly missed the board with the first one.
Well, Kirsty,
You require 3.
they don't come much more difficult than this.
One
Two
double,
daughters.
one double one,
No
and she's got an
score.
18.
Joe, you require 8.
Nobody in World Darts likes that check out of 3. How about double 2?
Game
Right in the
shot on the
corner.
third leg. Joe
Well,
Clements.
Kirsty's got to try and put that one behind her. Joe
Fourth
gets
leg,
the
it's
double
Joe
she needs
throw
to keep
first.
alive in this
Game
opening
on.
set. Kirsty Hutchinson will be thinking, how on earth did I not win that?
Good thing is she's got a little bit of a buffer. Still has
70.
multiple opportunities of winning this set, but back to the drawing board. Kirsty's technique has changed over the
24.
last 5 years. She used to have her back arm pointing towards the back of the room. She used to be really rangy. She's changed that, and she's become a lot more swift with her
50.
action as well. I think maybe she's had some good tutelage or maybe some good advice, but picking the pace up for her game has definitely helped her improve.
That crowd who are sitting
95.
around the Welsh flag is largely made up of Wayne Warren's family and friends. At the moment, they're watching this in quite a docile, quiet manner. But I tell you what, when that match starts
87.
against Lee Shewan later on, there will be all sorts of a racket coming down from there.
Oh yeah, I was looking just in front of that flag. There was a certain someone sitting there, and I think those vocals are going to
121.
go up a notch.
That's his daughter.
You reckon? Yep, she's
Partner.
been here before.
Partner here as well. And all his various kids will be watching on
41.
from home, no doubt.
Belgian dart fans disappointed this evening with the departure of Des Remote.
140.
Started so well in that game against James Hurrell, but James hung on in there and eventually managed to battle his way through to the next round. And I think battle's probably just
60.
about an appropriate word.
Kirsty require 121.
So far, not so good for Twinkle. Where does Kirsty go with 81 remaining? Right there will do.
97.
And she's got a guaranteed shot for the set once again.
That's a great dart. 3 darts at double 12 when she comes back. Which she will, because Clements
99.
not on a finish. All she can do is
Kirsty
try and put a
required
bit of
24.
pressure on. So now double 12
Game
and she
shot on the
nails
first
it.
set.
Kirsty
Kirsty
Hutchinson
Hutchinson.
takes the opening set. There's a little break now.
Kirsty.
Second set, first leg. It's Joe to
Joe
throw
now has
first.
to find another
Game
gear.
on.
She's not had a good evening so far. She can throw a lot better than she has.
That's a good start. You don't see many people these days, John, using the
99.
equipment that Joe uses. Sort of somewhat old school approach with those big bomber-style barrels and a pear-shaped flight. It's a very
30.
Dave Whitcomb-style barrel. That remember Dave from the 80s?
Certainly do.
When he used to throw darts, they'd stay thrown.
Certainly do. I was somebody who was watching.
140.
Before you were born. There's James Hurrell. He promised himself a drink after he got his victory, and I do believe he's got one in his hand.
Probably bought for him as well.
40.
It's got coke involved in it, but I wonder whether it might contain a livener,
A lemon.
45.
something like that.
Kirsty had a very solid first set, averaging
97.
67. We do know that she can average more than that, but she won't care about the stats. It's just about racking up those set numbers. Joe's definitely started better in this one.
72.
Finding more troubles at the start of this leg than she had at the start of any leg in set 1.
Winner of this one will face Priscilla Steenbergen in the next round.
83. Joe, you require 145.
Came through with a victory earlier on this afternoon against, well, the pronunciation Anku Zylstra, correct?
Anka Zelstra, yeah. Oh, that's
65.
unfortunate. It's not that costly because she is still on a 2-darter, but you don't like to see darts on the floor like that. When her barrels do clang against each other.
81.
Definitive bang.
Joe, you require 80.
Here we go then, 80 to go 1 up. Hold of throw this would be. Tops needed now. Hutchinson way back on 170, can be done, but she won't get the opportunity. And that's just the start that Joe Clements would have been trying to visualise when she walked out for this second set.
What a lovely leg of darts that was. And that was a bit of a warning sign
60.
to Kirsty, as if to say, I'm not going anywhere.
Well, they know each other's game only too well.
55.
And you know somebody's attributes when you're one of their best friends. You also know their weaknesses.
That's very true.
100.
And if you are putting friendship aside for a period of 90 minutes, you have to use that knowledge. No points for second place in a darts match like this.
41.
I was very impressed with Steenbergen earlier. I thought her improvement from round 1 to round 2 was night and day.
Turned it round amazingly. I mean, that performance in the first round,
46.
if anybody endured that match with us, I have to say, and I don't mean this nastily, it was one of the worst games I've seen on this stage. And then the way she performed this afternoon against Anchor was absolutely terrific, and fair play, because she completely turned her game around.
Absolutely. I love to see that as well. Someone who gets their debut, they come through an arduous journey in round 1 and then can play with a bit of freedom.
Do you think they're enjoying being here?
Yeah, it's James Richardson, of course. He's never shy when the camera's in his face. But the guy to his right, or his left, sorry, that's Ian Jopling.
15.
Good player from round here. They call him the Armed Force. Great nickname.
James Richardson, I'm told, has got a slow cooker in his bedroom.
Yeah, he keeps telling me about it, rubbing it in.
I know, but
100.
I'm not sure I could sleep too soundly with the aroma of stew sort of bubbling around the bedroom.
Yeah. Well, Joe Clements is getting a lot of darts
80.
on the floor. That's 3 in a couple of visits.
Kirsty, you require
Wicked deflections
98.
off her own flight.
98 needed. Treble 18 she's looking for. She's got it for double 12. Well, good effort,
86.
but she's a long, long way clear, so she'll certainly get another opportunity.
Those darts on the floor have cost Joe in this leg. She would have been on a finish if it wasn't for them
85.
colliding with those big barrels.
Kirsty,
Double
require
6 then.
12.
To level it up in this second set. That's a
Game
good
shot on the
dart.
second
Well played.
leg. Kirsty Hutchinson.
She's really
Third
revved
leg,
up,
it's
isn't she?
Jones to
She's
throw
very,
first.
very motivated
Game
for
on.
this.
Always has been this way.
A feisty side to her.
Oh, she's from the northeast, what do you expect? Built them feisty up north.
43.
Her dad's a unit. Tell you what, he's a big bloke.
Yeah, I wouldn't try and cut up him in the queue, that's for sure. Well, there's Team Hungary and Team Romania. We'll see more of Veronika Ihas tomorrow, and Laszlo Kadar, unfortunately, was eliminated last night.
121.
You know what, John, coming here for this championship, it's sometimes an education for people like me. I love my darts, love to watch it and play it, but I get
66.
to meet some new people, see new faces, and a constant education.
And new people from around the world. You know, it's lovely to meet people from different emerging darting federations. You know, and people
70.
who don't travel, I think you've missed out. You know, I always used to think when I went to the Olympic Games, and I've been to many of them, one of the fantastic things about it is meeting people
97.
from different cultures, different countries, different religions, and kind of reminding yourself that behind all that, we're all pretty similar.
Absolutely right, well said. I think that Ihas Greaves game tomorrow is my
59.
game of the day. Can't wait to see that.
Oh, it's on, mate.
Everybody getting into the swing of things, loving their moment in front of the TV cameras.
60.
We'll be flying around on social media. You know, if you tweet us about your thoughts about what's going on, hopefully nice, and little bits of knowledge and little anecdotes,
50.
we do read them.
We do. We keep on top of everything that comes our way. players, in fact, just like Scott Mitchell was saying at the top of the programme, when he was playing here, he would switch it off
Joe, you require
so he wasn't distracted.
158.
Oh, there's waiting for Wayne Warren, those two. She's silent now, but she won't be later.
No, she's got a. Now, how do I say this nicely? She's got a good voice.
Just swallowed
Kirsty,
a
you
megaphone.
require 133.
133 for a break of throw, can't be done. So Joe maybe will remain the favourite to. Oh, that's a great
81.
dart though. That's perhaps changed things
Joe,
around
you
a bit.
require 104.
Joe's played so much better in set 2. Treble 18 still required. And if it wasn't for that dart, it might have been in.
Huge deflection, wasn't it? That's
29.
a shame for her from her point
Kirsty,
of view,
you
but
require
now
52.
a break perhaps beckons. Tops, 2 darts in hand. That's high.
12.
And again.
Joe, you
Full
require
on Steve
75.
Smith with that one over the bar there, John.
Steve Smith, the high jumper.
You mentioned athletics first, or the
Yeah.
Olympic Games. How about double 10
55.
High,
if she comes back?
high jumper and
Kirsty, you
bandit
require
golfer nowadays.
40.
That's a no to my cost. Double 10 then for Kirsty Hutchinson.
Game shot on the
And that's the
third
break
leg.
of throw.
Kirsty
Only needs
Hutchinson.
one more leg now and it's match.
I knew there was going to be a double 10 in the future. That crystal ball works.
Fourth leg, it's Kirsty to throw
There's
first.
some volume behind that celebration as well. They build him
Game
very
on.
well, female dart players up in the northeast of England. When I think about that, I think about someone who I used to play county with, Julie Thompson. What a player. One of the best females not to have made an appearance here. If you're watching, Julie, I hope you're well.
100.
Women's darts has really moved on. Prize money of 25,000 for the winner here after this tournament.
60.
Everybody has their message, and there a little tribute for somebody remembered fondly, I'm sure.
58.
Yeah, 4 years on from losing the great Eric Bristow. Today will always be Eric's day.
Not too many days at a darts tournament when you don't think about Eric one way
42.
or another.
Very true.
Almost feels as though he's here, particularly at this famous old venue.
Do you know what? I think he would have been here today as well.
43.
He always used to love coming to these types of venues and just hang in the back and just continue to watch. Even to his last day, he was loving watching this sport, which he brought to another level.
140.
Great visit. Putting Hutchinson on a bit of pressure on her throw. Clements, remember, has got to find a break.
26.
Bad visit from Kirsty.
Yeah, well, that gives Joe a real chance now, doesn't it?
Got to be careful here, though. The 19s might need to be used at some point. Oh, that's tremendous after the single
125.
five.
You get 2 treble 20s, you don't need to worry about 19s, do you?
Absolutely. But I think the 19s are calling for the next dart. He can't go 20s. Oh, in fact, she's got 1, 3, 4.
45.
My mistake.
Joe, you require 134.
Sorry about that. Correction on the score. Oh, what a dart. It's on.
Double 10.
That's what she needs.
Game shot on the
Oh,
fourth
what
leg.
a time to find
Joe
a 134.
good was
Fabulous. And her daughter knows just how
Fifth leg, it's Joe
important
to
that
throw
is.
first.
Just for a
Game
second,
on.
I thought she was going 2 double tops. Sometimes someone proves how good they are. That was a
97.
magnificent 3-dart finish.
It certainly was, and in a moment of astonishing adversity as well, because Kirsty was poised to take that set and the
140.
match, and that might have turned it around. It certainly gives Joe a great chance now of taking this set and evening up the match, levelling the match.
85.
See, I've been mightily impressed with Jo Clements this week. In certain points of her game, she's shown real determination and great focus.
100.
They come from far and wide.
Great first start. That's perfect. I'd be disappointed
100.
with just a ton there, no?
Yeah, she's got the eye of the tiger at the moment as Twinkle. Going through a good spell in this match and giving herself a real chance.
100.
But Hutchinson first on to a finish.
Yeah, it's been a good leg from Kirsty. A couple of tons in a 140. Everybody wants to be on 161 or better after
59.
9.
Kirsty
Well, this is
require
for the match.
161.
161, that can't be done. So Joe will come back having a tilt at 160.
85.
That's not a bad visit.
Joe, you require 160.
Joe missed this on tops in a round 1 match. She's not going to get as close this time. So Hutchinson will have her
60.
first pop at winning the match.
Kirsty
right here.
requires 76.
Treble 20, double 8. 16 would leave tops for the match.
36.
And she put it very much high and wide, about an inch high.
Joe, you require
40
100.
points away from the match. If this goes, she'll be a lot further away. I don't blame her for going 2 double tops. It was a go for broke shot.
40.
And that may be the last dart she throws this year.
Kirsty, you require 40.
Tops needed for Kirsty Hutchinson, double 10. And there it is.
Shots. And
There it
that's
is.
Kirsty
Bowser.
Hutchinson.
Her reaction to that happily towards her